Hey everybody, Bob Paskins here. Let's get ready for another 2-minute motivational drill. This week we're talking about the power of trade-offs. And basically, when I say the power of trade-offs, it's what we are exchanging. We're exchanging one thing for another. Now the fact in our normal lives, we do this all the time. We go to the grocery store. We'll exchange money for groceries. We will go and work out. We'll exchange good exercise for sore muscles to help our body continue to be strong. We will exchange the fact that we might be losing sleep, so we're binge watching 5 hours of a Netflix show. In everything there are trade-offs. But trade-offs also apply to the business world. Whether it's your team or your sales goals or all of that, there are trade-offs there as well. Now, when we first started about this, we figured out what are our non-negotiables. Basically, what are the ones that we would not trade at all? And we discussed that. The next day, we discussed understanding how time is a factor of that. How time is something that we would look to trade off. And we can either do a good job of that or a not very good job of that. Now today, I wanted to talk about trading off for having the opportunity for you to professionally grow. I'll start with a story. It's very relevant for me because it's a story that I'm currently living right now. When I was actually able to make it. I was able to make it where I thought was the pinnacle or a good spot in my career. I had made ownership, basically a partner status at the insurance brokerage, was making a very healthy living, and thought, man, I had reached it. But as I started to dig down, I realized it was not quite really what I wanted to be. And the fact that I still had about 20 years to grow, even though my position had really leveled off. You see, being a shareholder, it was great, but it really wasn't my company. It would never have been my company. I could only own at most maybe 15% of that. The second part was, even though I was an owner, I wasn't making decisions. Decisions were still dictated to me on this. And man, I would think as an owner, I would want to have decisions in the own company. The third part was, even though I was financially secure with a good 6-figure income, even people around the office said, you know what? You've reached the role where you have the golden handcuffs on. And sure enough, that was it. I had the golden handcuffs on. So basically what has happened is it changed that or traded that off for doing a coaching business. Now the thing about the coaching business is it's a bit scary because instead of going through a system, it's something I'm creating myself. But I do have control in that process, and that's great. Going from something that was a financial security, realizing, okay, I'm cashing out all of that and starting out. I probably won't make the salary that I was making for a while, but I have the potential to make so much more. And the most important thing was decisions. I would be able to run this. This would be mine. It would have unlimited potential. And for me, it was something that I really wanted to take the next steps for. So here's the drill with you. When we look at trade-offs, especially when there are opportunities for growth, look for 4 things. Realize that with trade-offs, that it is not something that is to be endured from. A trade-off is not something that you endure. It's something that you grow from. If you are enduring a trade-off, you're in a sense not doing it properly. You're just enduring one thing for another. Maybe one less painful thing for another less painful thing. The second thing was, if you choose not to have the trade-off, you can have a victim mentality. People who do not take the trade-offs have a victim mentality because they might be settling for something. But if you're trading something off, or trading for an opportunity, or trading for growth, you are trading for something that you would have control of. That's something that's even bigger. Third thing is, basically, you might be trading off a short-term income from long-term expansion. What I mean by that is you might be giving up some income right away. However, the possibility for significantly more in income or in other areas is far well worth that trade-off. That it might be short-term that you have a loss for a long-term gain. And the last thing is, a trade-off can result in the joy of creating your own destiny. That's the exciting thing from my position. Well, I'm trading off something that was pretty good, but I didn't have control of, to something that I can create that control. I can create that joy. I don't have the golden handcuffs on anymore. They're broken free. So I have the joy of determining an unlimited potential. So that's my encouragement for you. Do not fear a trade-off. Rather, look at the trade-off as an opportunity for you to grow. This is Bob Paskins with the 2-Minute Motivational Drill, encouraging you to engage in life, to let your light shine, and to be a champ. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.